Here with Broderick Simpson, B Simp. I got a couple guys, Chris Campbell and the Deuce, OG Deuce, Corey Warren, want me to tell you what's up. I just told them he was going to be talking to you, and they wanted me to tell you what's up.
Oh yeah, those are my boys. So most definitely, shout out to Chris and Corey, as you say, Deuce, and as we call Chris, Big Sexy.
Nice. Yeah.
Big Sexy.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He was funny, man. He was telling me a John Blake story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He's funny, man.
Yes, he is. He's a character.
So you were there 92 to 96, correct?
That is
Um,
correct.
and I seen that freshman class that you had. Man, that was a stacked class, man. James Allen, Gerald Moore, Tyrell Peters. That was a nice class.
Yeah, we had a nice freshman class. And we came in wanting to do some big things. So that's and they did some. They actually, I have to congratulate or give a shout out to OU. They did a good job of recruiting that class, and we made some headlines.
You were considered for the Butkus Award, I do believe. I'm not sure. I can't remember what year it was, but I know you were up for the Butkus, and like I'm about 42, so you guys probably got like 5-6 years on me or so. And so you guys were like a bigger brother to me, man, because like my dad worked a lot. So I really didn't have anybody, and but you guys, man, and you guys showed me like what it meant to work hard and like never give up on your brother, like no matter what the situation was, man. Like you guys
Yeah,
went through some garbage, man.
yeah, we did. But brotherhood. Our brotherhood was very strong, and we always tried to reach out to others and lift them up and help out in any kind of way we could. That was just the guys that the circle of guys that I ran with at OU. That's just the way we were. Um, and we was a tight core, and but we did go through some shaky grounds throughout the years at OU. So, but things happen, and it is what it is.
Yeah. So you went through two different staffs, or did you go through three?
Three,
Yeah, that's got to be something, man, right?
yeah, three different staffs, so three different game plans, three different terminologies. Yeah, it was rough.
So that's like a testament to you guys, like especially on the defensive side of the ball, because as like I was telling Dale Allen last week, I was talking to him, and he was telling me that you guys would just wreck dudes. Like the next week, like they would lose the next week most of the time because all their players were out.
Yeah, we that was one of the things that we tried to specialize in was putting people out the game and seeing if they would be able to come back and play next week. I guess according to who they had on their schedule. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Uh,
we wanted to when we got to you, we wanted to let you know that we were there. We was going to be there all game.
oh yeah, and you guys brought it all game too, man. As I was there the 90s, I think it was 96, Nebraska and OU.
Mm,
Or maybe no, 94, when it was really like it was just terrible weather out.
right.
I think it was 13-10 was the final.
Yeah.
Man, that was such a great game. Like it was good.
We end up having a lot of games that were, close calls and um, just couldn't pull out a lot of games. And, it was, defense, we did what we could and tried to show up as much as possible. But that's it's only so much you can do when you're on defense. So
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything like that stuck out majorly from the three different coaching staffs? Like
um with Gary Gibbs, I had him my first 3 years at OU. And the coaching staff that he had. I would say the one thing that stood out the most with me with the three different staff that we end up having to deal with, I would say that the defensive coordinator that we had my first 3 years was by far, Coach Hayes.
Oh yeah.
He was like the my mentor, and because of him, I was at OU.
Okay. Nice.
So, but I had a good relationship with all the other coaching staff that did come in and defensive coordinators, but I just had a really special bond with Coach Hayes.
Nice. So is he still alive or?
Coach Tom Hayes, I believe he is. Last time I saw, he was coaching with Skins. Where now they're the Commanders now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I want to say that was the last time I saw him actually coaching and on TV. So
Nice. So were you recruited by Blake? Was he recruiting you as well?
no, Coach Blake at that time when he was the D-line coach.
Oh, okay.
Or D-line, D-line coach for and Coach Hayes was the defensive coordinator, but he kind of overseeing the DBs and the linebackers.
For sure.
So I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, because Coach Hayes brought me in, and it was funny because coming out of high school, I was, I played running back, and I was more of a rover type of defensive player. And so I was like in between a strong safety and a linebacker, but I was able to hit like a linebacker, but I had the speed of a strong safety like a DB.
Nice.
So I didn't really know what his plans were for me for as what position I would play. And then he's like, well, I'm thinking about bringing you in as an outside linebacker. That way we can utilize you in the run attack and with the and then doing coverages as well. So I was like, all right, wherever you need me, let's get it done.
Nice.
And so
nice. I know that I still remember that BYU game. Boy, you was all over that field, bud.
I don't know what got into me. I don't know if I was more upset because we were going to be losing the coaching staff after that game.
Right.
Because we didn't know who was going to be staying and who was leaving and who was actually going to be the next head coach coming in. And throughout that week of practice, I was mentally there. I was ready for that game and studying, film watching and just making sure that we were on because we were running a different type of defense for that game.
I see.
Because BYU had, they ran like a 4 or 5 receiver type of offense. And so I went from being an outside linebacker to a middle, more so of a middle linebacker. So, luckily, Tyrell and myself, we were able to be on the field, but we kind of brought in 5 DBs at that time as well. Dang. So it was like our nickel package.
Yeah.
And, but, we came up short. And then plus it hurt us that Garrick McGee ended up getting sick, prior to that week of the game. And, so that kind of hurt our offense. And, I remember Terrence Brown coming in, going, he had been switched all over the place throughout the years of him being at OU, from receiver, to quarterback, back to receiver. So he stepped in and tried to do his best.
Yeah, he was the original Paul Thompson.
Yes. 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 So,
So can you explain what it's like to be mentally locked in, when it doesn't matter who is lines up against you, you're gonna come out on top?
I mean, well, it starts in the preparation, the week of getting ready to play who you're going to be facing, your opponent. Studying film, getting to know who's going to be in front of you. Meaning from the offensive linemen, looking at their tendencies on certain plays, certain downs and certain formations, what they're doing and how they lining up, how they're going to line up for the receivers and, and watching the running backs, so it's like a triangle effect of what you're, how you go in and you start game planning as a linebacker. And trying to see what everyone is doing and trying to have a full vision of the field. So, the key thing was watching film. With Tyrell, myself, and Travian Smith, that core of linebackers going into my second and last year of playing, we knew we had the speed. We knew we had we knew once we got to the person that we wanted to hit, we knew how to be physical.
Oh yeah.
So we had the speed, knew how to be physical, but it came mentally learning your opponents and who you're playing and their tendencies.
Man, that's a crew of linebackers right there. I'll tell you what.
Yes.
I take those three against just about any three there ever will be or ever was, man.
Yeah, you couldn't run around us. You couldn't run through us. You couldn't run around us. It didn't matter which way you went because we were all running 4.4s.
Right? Yeah, that's insane, man.
We were all running 4.40s, so you couldn't go anywhere.
Just
and then we came like Mack trucks. When we came,
right.
We got there, we hit you.
All right. I was talking to Dale out, and I was like, "What's it like going against? What was it like going against Thunder and Lightning in practice?" He's like, "Well, I call myself Earthquake." He's like, "Cause I'm a force to be reckoned with too." I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Listen, our offense, they kind of hated us. And because we used to tell our offense all the time, if you're able to compete against us, you shouldn't have a problem competing against anyone else anyone other team that we face.
Right.
I said, because you're not going to find a linebacker core like this.
Mm-mm.
You're not going to find a D line like this, because we had a great D line as well.
Mm-hmm.
And our front seven, you couldn't tell us nothing. We knew we were good, period.
Yeah. Martin Chase, Kelly Gregg.
Yeah, Cedric Jones.
Oh yeah, Baron Tanner, I think it was.
Yeah, so we knew, you had who else? Tex was on there. So we knew we were deep, and we knew we had some skill sets and talented players, period.
Yeah.
And so it was, just you just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's what I like. I tell my wife all the time, like all them rosters in the 90s from top to bottom was NFL talent, dude. There was so much NFL talent on them rosters, and it just baffles me, man, like how it didn't translate to the win column. It's
right. Like I say, defense, we did as much as we could on defense, and we gave opportunities to the offense as much as possible, and sometimes we just came up short.
Yeah, there's the QB position, man. It's big time, that's about the only thing that was holding it back. But so after you left OU, you went to the indoor football league or something, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. After I left OU, I actually went overseas to play in
Oh, that's right.
France.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Played in France for a little bit, and came back. I was there for for almost a year. Came back and then started playing arena football.
I see. What's up? Is it any different over there in France playing, or is it all the same rules? And
Well, it most definitely it was an experience because um, some of the players, are from other countries. Other countries as well, and so it was sometimes it was a language barrier,
all right,
um, but when everyone stepped on the field, it was one language. They knew, we all knew what we had to do, um, and it was great playing, and I had an opportunity to actually win a championship, and we came up short in the championship game, but it was a great experience,
nice.
especially going to play in Madrid, Spain, and playing teams
Mm.
from Germany, um, going to Paris all the time and playing in stadiums in Paris. So it was a great experience.
Yeah. So were coming out of Dallas, correct? That's where you played your high school ball, was Dallas.
Yes, I graduated from Hillcrest High School here in Dallas.
And so your parents, they had the Belgian waffle stand there at the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, my family and end up the other family was the Zables.
Mm,
Norman Zabel was his name. Him and my mother came and started that business, and um, I grew up at the State Fair of Texas every year watching OU and Texas play.
nice.
It was always fun and exciting, for OU Texas weekend.
Mm,
And it was funny. Majority of the time, we would root for Oklahoma because we would want the crowd to stay, and so we can make more. So we would make more money.
nice,
Because
nice.
if OU lost, then that weekend we wouldn't make that much money like
Right,
we would want to if the fans if they were upset and just said we going home.
right,
And
right.
but it's funny, and here once I got in high school, end up being recruited by Oklahoma and actually
Yeah.
accepting the offer and going.
What was that? What was that scene like when James Allen took that in from like 3 yards out?
That feeling was great
I
because
bet.
I think that was the overtime game.
Yep, yep, yep,
That was the first time overtime
yep,
had just started. They had been initiated for that year, and we end up going into our first. I can remember first and only overtime that we ever
yep,
played
yep,
in,
yep.
and end up winning that game. It was exciting.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. No,
you know,
that's like a
and our defense, we stood up and did what we needed to do to give the offense an opportunity to win that game.
yeah. It's like, and it's the year after Stony, was it Stony Clark
Yes.
stuffed Allen at the one that like 6 inch mark the year before? He's like, all right, I got you.
Yeah.
Good
So
stuff,
that
man.
was we had some interesting games against Texas. So and I love competing against Priest Holmes and Ricky Williams.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, nice.
yeah, so against everyone else they were thoroughbreds.
Right, right.
Against us, I don't know what happened because look back at the records, all the stats. Ricky never rushed over 100 yards against us.
Nice, very nice. Who was the better back between the two?
Between Ricky and Priest,
Yeah,
of course, Ricky was at
yeah,
that time.
right.
Um, I believe they gave him the ball a little bit more than they did with Priest, so he was able to put up the numbers. the way he did, especially against a lot of other teams, putting up 100, rushing for 150 yards,
Yeah, easy.
against other teams, but he just never could do that against us.
Nice. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Do you have any like really memorable OU Texas memories? Like they can really, really just always remember.
I would have to say, that particular game probably resonates the most and stands out the most with me because um, I told Coach Blake in that particular game, and we were getting ready to receive a punt. We was on punt return, and I think we called a timeout, and we was we knew we needed that touchdown in order to send it possibly into overtime.
Yeah.
And I told Coach Blake right at the end of that, right before the timeout was over with, I said, we're going to take this to the house, Coach. I said, we're going to take this to the house and we're going to win this game.
Nice.
And he was like, all right, well, go out there and do it. I said, all right, okay, nope. so ran out on the field, and I turned to who was the punt returner at that time?
Was it no, Jarrell Jackson?
Yeah, Jarrell Jackson. Yes. I said, listen. I said, follow my block.
Nice.
He's like, I got you. So they punted the ball and Jarrell had it, and I just remember hitting this one guy that was getting ready to try to tackle Jarrell, and got up and turned around and saw him running down the sideline, and I knew it was a touchdown.
Yeah. Got that first block, man, caught that edge, and he was gone.
Yeah, and he was gone. So and then making one of the key tackles against Ricky to stop them from even getting the first down. And it was 4th and 3 for them or something, or 4th and 4 or something. And they thought they could run it off the tackle to my side because they had me spread out because they brought a second receiver out. And they thought it was going to be enough space for him to at least get, the first down, right, and continue to try to, score a field goal or a touchdown. And I made that key tackle. It was, like a shoestring tackle, but it was made regardless. Yeah. And we was able to get the ball and we scored and it was over.
Nice, man. Nice. So what do you think about the transfer portal and the name, image, and likeness and all that stuff? Do you I agree with it, but there has to be some kind of parameters, man, right?
I agree with it and I don't agree, but listen, things over the years change. I don't know how we probably would have done if we had that opportunity like some of these kids have now. And don't know if we would have took the opportunity to try to go somewhere. I think we would have stayed where we were and managed and made it work. So yeah, it has its ups and downs. It's a blessing that those kids do have the opportunity. But not like it was where if you did transfer, you had to sit out a year, lose a year of eligibility. So it has its plus and its minuses.
So you guys you would lose a year of eligibility.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I just thought you had to sit out.
It was almost like it wasn't worth transferring.
Yeah. No. Wow. That's a steep penalty, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Some people did it and were able to, I guess make the best of it. And some, it just didn't work out because you transferred and you lost a year. And now if you only had 2 more years to play, right, you still were on the depth chart, yeah, because they bring in other recruits after you. So yeah, sometimes it's not beneficial.
Yeah. I was talking to Jarrell Jackson, and he was saying that he thinks the high school seniors might actually start feeling the effects of it, because a coach, if a junior in college quarterback is in the portal, I'm going to take this dude who has 3 years college experience over this
Mhm.
instead of trying to teach this fresh in my system. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if, I mean, it kind of makes sense where they could kind of start getting screwed out of scholarships, but
Yeah, that's why I say it's a it's a good thing and it's a bad. So, and you never know, like I say, who's coming in behind you talent wise, or who's actually in front of you, that you got to compete with.
yeah,
So
right.
some, it can be good and it can be bad. So
And then the coaches too, like they just, I don't know, like it's just so weird how the coaches can go wherever they want, whenever they want,
right,
but they make the kid who probably went to that school because of that coach, but
right.
like they're gonna um discipline him or whatever. It just don't make any sense. Like it don't
Yeah,
make
and
sense.
some coaches, they have their favorites and who they like and who they don't like, and make it hard on other players, and so it's a lot to have to deal with when you put yourself in that situation when you're trying to transfer from one school to the next.
See, that's a thing that you got such a big lesson in like facing adversity and
Mm.
just from all those different men like that you're supposed to look up to, like they have different views and everything on stuff, and you got to learn and you got to be the one to take it all in and decide what to do with it, and
Right. It's funny. My last 3 years of college was the same way in high school. My last 3 years of high school, I had three different head coaches.
really, wow, that's a lot of different coaches, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang.
So it was how, just crazy how I had to deal with the same thing in college that I
Yeah.
dealt with in high school.
Man, that's a love for the game right there. Like,
Yeah. But it takes like you say, it takes a true person, a true athlete that knows how to deal with adversity
you
and how to overcome it.
you get
It's
you
not
learn.
always going to be peaches and cream.
No, 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 no.
You know, that was one of the things that my mother always taught me. If you start something, you finish it.
Yep.
And that was one of the things I refused to let others steal my joy. So I always went out and did what I was supposed to do,
Right.
regardless of how the coach talked to you. Listen, I'm a baller, so I'm gonna go out and ball.
Yeah. Man, I love that attitude. That's the attitude every single Sooner I've talked to has, man. It's like
Mm,
it's cool, man. It's just that confidence. It's not conceitedness. It's just
right.
you have to be confident in yourself. If you're not, then I don't even know why you're even trying like to do anything, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, in high school, played football, played basketball, and ran track.
Nice.
During the summer, I was on track teams, traveling teams, and I was always doing something sports wise.
Nice.
And it kept me, it kept me motivated. It kept me from making bad choices. It kept me in school and
Yeah.
wanting to educate myself and to achieve things in life.
Knowledge is power. I don't care how
Yep.
cliche it sounds, but an
Knowledge, yes,
education,
knowledge is power.
the education will get you out of any situation you're in, man. Anything.
Yeah. So, and that's what a lot of these young kids need to understand and learn, that at the same time, yeah, you're an athlete, but what about your education?
Hmm.
Don't forget about that.
Yeah.
When I left OU, I left there with a degree.
Nice.
A lot of these kids, they forget about that. And even athletes before before I even got to college, they were leaving and not going back. And it doesn't matter what it can be football, basketball, whatever sport it might be, but a lot of athletes do that.
Yeah, that's
And sometimes they don't get back to finish.
right. Hmm.
So it's a blessing for those that have the I guess the family foundation, to be able to say, okay, before I leave this school, I'm leaving. I'm going to have my degree before I leave.
Right.
And some did, were able to do just not only receive, get their bachelor's and master's at the same time. So I see a lot of athletes that are doing that and accomplishing that goal, and that's key. That's great.
It is. Just for your mindset alone, you know.
Yeah.
See, I'm in my second year of a 4-year degree in organizational leadership.
Okay.
So like I want to try and get like the resources in the places like where the single mom that works till 8 o'clock at night, 3 different jobs,
Mm,
you know, I want to get the resources to her where she can get parenting classes at 9 o'clock at night or on a Saturday at 8 a.m. or,
mm,
you know, pick the kid up and take him to mentoring
right.
classes or tutoring, anything, you know, just like you said, you know, you got to keep your mind going. And that's the way I am. If my mind stops, like bad choices happen, you know. It's just
Well, I have to, most definitely thank God and give blessing. I'm grateful for my wife because, you
man.
know, she's um, a very strong woman, and she doesn't let me
Mm.
take the I guess the short route.
No, yeah, I got you for sure,
So
bud.
she stays on me, and with our kids and everything, and we're blessed to have 3 kids that are in college and doing their thing, and it's just a blessing. So
Yeah, I hear you, man. My wife, my dad passed away in 2010, and I took it really bad.
I'm
Like,
sorry to hear that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
took it really, really bad. And I was just in a bad place when I met her, and she just picked me up out of the gutter, man. I swear, and
Right.
just made me love life again. Made me get up and like
Well, and
smile
that's a
once.
good thing. Well, and then it's and I feel sorry for a lot of guys that don't have a backing of a strong woman in their
Yep.
corner or just having their back.
Hmm.
So it's a blessing, and I'm grateful. I thank God every day for it. So
Yeah, it does something for your like for your psyche, man, when you got a
yeah.
strong woman in your corner, like you feel like you can just do whatever you think you put your whatever you put your mind to, you know,
Hmm.
because you're gonna have two minds at it instead of one, you know, like because
Yeah, like it's 2 heads are better than one.
I'm telling you, man, every time, man.
Yes, yes. So
So so what are you doing now, bud? Like, are you coaching at all, or
well, I was coaching in New York. I just
Mm,
moved from New York, moved back home to Dallas.
mm,
But I was in New York for 17 years coaching.
nice?
Um, I'm working with special needs students,
Oh,
um,
that's badass, man.
and coaching football, coaching basketball, and coaching boys and girls track. So, um, you know, um, but now I'm back in Dallas, and um, trying to decide if I want to go back into coaching and and working with students, and or just trying to gather myself and figure out what I want to do. But
For
right
sure, man.
now, just taking it easy right now.
Well, you've definitely put in the work, man, to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you know.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
That's what we're here for, I guess, you
Yeah,
know, for sure.
yeah.
So
So
I'm gonna get out of here, but I like to end on a who, a what, and a why.
okay.
And so for the who, was there like any just that one special person that when you were growing up, that just kind of took you under their wing, or gave you advice, like good life advice, and kind of made you who you were today, or had a hand in it?
Um, Honestly, I can't say it was any coaches or a lot of male figures. It was my mother and my grandmother.
Nice.
They are the two that kept me strong and wanting to achieve more.
So your father wasn't, or was he?
No, my father was not around,
Oh,
but I did have my stepfather. He was a father figure to me, but I leaned on more to when it came to life itself, my mother and my grandmother.
yeah, that's cool too. Like you were talking about, a strong, independent woman, like your mother, like your mom is supposed to teach you the emotional side of life. But when
Right.
you got a strong, independent woman like your mother to raise you, you get both sides, because she sees both sides, and
Yeah.
it's cool, man. That's cool. And for the what? So what is your definition of success?
My definition of success is, I would say, because everyone is will not be blessed financially like some and
Mm-hmm.
others are. Um, my definition of success is being happy with what you have achieved, be thankful and blessed for it, and ask God to um, not, I guess, to give you more opportunities to be more successful in life. But
Nice,
long as you're happy with it, what you're doing and what you're accomplishing, don't settle for less. Just continue to thrive and do more of it.
nice, nice. That's good stuff, man. So and then the why? So go why? Why do you think everybody hates OU?
Um, it goes this way. Um, the sooner you get here, the sooner we can kick your ass, the sooner you can leave.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
So
That's
it's
good
just that
stuff.
simple. That's why they hate the Sooners, because we come in, we take care of business. We do it big.
Nice. Nice. That's a perfect answer, man. That's good stuff. Like I said, B Simp, you guys played a big role in like raising me as a young man, and like you
well,
like a big brother, man. And
listen, I'm always a phone call away. You can always reach out to me, most definitely. And
nice, man.
I'm looking forward to the season this year. So we'll be, now that I'm in Dallas, back in Dallas, my wife and I will be attending some games.
Oh, nice.
So we'll be in Norman quite often to watch some games this
Cool,
year.
man. The weekend of the OU Texas game, we actually started playing a charity flag football game there in
Okay.
Dallas.
Okay.
We started last year for Tyson Edwards. He was a OU super fan. He
Okay.
just lost his battle with cancer, but
Oh,
man, that
sorry to
kid
hear
was
that.
a fighter, bro.
Yeah.
Man, it wasn't even 24 hours after brain surgery. He was up walking around asking how everybody was doing. Like he was such a fighter, man. It's sucks that he's gone, but he was such a fighter.
Well, I'm sorry to
But
hear that.
we play it. We get OU fans versus Texas fans,
Okay.
and we play a little flag game and trying to raise money for charity. So
I don't think they want me out there like that.
right, get the old
I might have
competitive,
some relapse,
right,
and
the old competitive nature coming back.
yeah, I might turn into a he seeking missile and seek and destroy.
Right. That's good stuff, man. Like I
But
just
yeah,
think
but keep me
you,
posted on that. Most
huh?
definitely, I would love to come out and
Yeah.
try to contribute, or whatever. I can, however I can help and assist.
Yeah, I
Most
know
definitely, I would love
Jarrell
to be a part of
Jackson's gonna be there. I think Jarrell, Broderick Robertson's going to be there.
Robertson, okay.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 other guys that are going to
Booker
bring.
B, okay.
Yeah. It'll
Oh
be
yeah,
cool.
keep me posted on that, and I
Well,
would love to, see you guys and see all of the guys. Like I say, it's a great opportunity for for a family reunion.
that's
So
what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about for sure,
yeah,
man. It'd be
yeah,
cool.
most definitely.
All right, bud. Well, I appreciate you. Can I get a Boomer Sooner out the door?
Yes, sir. Boomer!
Sooner.
Boomer!
Nice, baby.
All
Only
right,
one.
most definitely.
All right, we'll talk to you later, bud.
All right, talk to you later.